Hello Magic fans and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing a big and green and mean deck. And I'll get out of the way quickly. Yes, we have one blue card in here, Tatty over. This is just the gain some life and help card draw, but you can easily take her out and put in one more Garruk's Uprising to make it pure mono green. So we have a lot of new cards in the deck and it is focused around beatdown. Mainly the top curve of Glacier, Godmaw and Famished Worldsire. We'll start with Famished Worldsire, an 8 mana 0/0 mythic. Doesn't sound good, does it? Has Ward 3, which is good, but by the time you can cast an 8 drop, Ward 3 is probably not going to make much difference. And then Devour Land 3, which I don't know if this is a mechanic that's ever been anywhere else. I don't know. If you do know, let me know down in the comments. But what it does, it says, when it enters, you can sacrifice any number of lands you control. But each land sacrificed that way, it gets 3+1/+1 counters. So if you sack one land, it comes down as 8 mana 3/3. That's bad. Sacrifice 10 lands, it comes down as a 8 mana 30/30. That's a bit better. Doesn't have any evasion though, which is a bit rubbish. But then you have, when this creature enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is creature's power, but any number of land cards from among those onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So if you do sack 10 lands, it comes down as a 30/30. You can look at the top 30 cards of your library and you'll probably find 10 lands in there. And at that point, you're probably almost out of lands anyway. And then the second card, which is just a uncommon, is Glacier, Godmaw, a 7 mana 6/6 with trample. When this creature enters, create a lander token. Lander token is, everyone's calling it the rampant growth token. So you can pay 2 and tap it, sacrifice token, search land for library for basic land card, put it on the battlefield tap, then shuffle. And it has landfall. When a land you control enters, creature you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance and haste until end of turn. So I'm sure you can see the combo. If we get a Glacier Godmaw down and it's a 7 drop, and then the next turn get a Famished Worldsire down as an 8 drop, we can get 5, 10 more triggers for Glacier Godmaw. It's going to put that, and well, all your creatures are going to get that many +1/+1 until end of turn, so like 5, 10, 15. Gain vigilance and haste. Your Famished Worldsire is going to gain vigilance and haste, and because Godmaw has trample, it's probably going to be a 16, 16, 20, 20, 21, whatever. It's going to be huge, and obviously all your other creatures as well. And to help with the evasion, we do have 3 copies of Garruk's Uprising. And again, I think you could probably take, well, you definitely can take Tatty over out of this and put in 1 more Garruk's Uprising. 3 mana enchantment. When it enters, if we control a creature with power 4 greater, we draw a card. And whenever a creature you control with power 4 greater enters, we draw a card. And creatures we control have trample. So this gives Famished Worldsire trample. Basically, you can just smash in your opponent for 30 in one go. Rounding out the new cards, in the 1 drop we have Sammy's Curiosity, a 1 mana sorcery, gain 2 life, create a land token. So it's not quite ramp by itself, but obviously it can help you ramp. And if you go turn 1 Sammy's Curiosity, turn 2 lander token, then by turn 3 you're going to have 4 lands on the battlefield. That's pretty good. We have 2 copies of Close Encounter, which we saw in our the first deck we played in Age of Eternities last week. A 2 mana instant, at additional cost of casting spell, choose a creature you control or a walk creature you control in exile. Close Encounter deals damage equal to the power of the chosen creature or card to target creature. And as I said in that video, what's good about this is it doesn't target a creature you control. You have to pay some additional cost. So even if your opponent removes the creature that you use on your side, it will still do the damage because Close Encounter does the damage itself, not the creature. Then we have 4 copies of Frenzied Baloth, a 2 mana 3/2 with a whole host of text blocks. Can't be countered, has trample and haste, creature spells we control can't be countered, and combat damage can't be prevented. So apparently Wizards said they want to push mono green in Age of Eternities because historically, well, for quite a few years, mono green has been terrible, and it has. And this is one of the proof of it being pushed. What I find funny is the 2 mana sacrifice an artifact or creature to surveil 1 in black, a common name, is also a 3/2. So while this text box is a lot more impressive, 3 sack outlets are historically incredibly powerful, but has the same stats as a very, very pushed, harder to cast green card, but oh well. And then rounding out the new cards, we do have Larval, Scountlander, a 3 mana spacecraft, but we don't ever really crew it. But it says when it enters, we may sacrifice a land or a lander. If you do, search a library for up to 2 basic land cards, put on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So we see a card similar to this a lot. Harrow, sack a land, get 2 lands. It's great with landfall and all that kind of stuff. What's good about this is you don't have to sacrifice a land, you can sack a lander. So if we have a Sammy's Curiosity and we get a lander, and then on turn 3, we can sack that lander to get 2 land cards. So it's double ramp. Whereas obviously when you sack a land, you only get 1 extra land. So that's really, really, really good. Round out the deck, 2 copies of Land and White Elves, 4 copies of Flourish and Bloomkin. I really, really like, because when I played kind of like a similar deck in, it wasn't Final Fantasy, it may have been in Tarkir or Ether Drift, with Lumbering World Wagon as the 3-mana ramp card. You need something to crew it, and we're playing mono green, so Bloomkin's going to be huge. And you know, this is a creature that could easily have power 4 or more to help draw with Garruk's Uprising. So really like this, and you can even play it disguise for 3 and turn it face up for 5. And when you do, you search your library for 2 forest cards, reveal them, 1 to battlefield tapped, arbiter your hand. That is not basic forest, so it can fetch breeding pools and hedge mazes, and getting those surveils can really, really help. And then we just have 4 Overlord of the Hauntwoods, and we still like that you turn 1 Land and White Elves, turn 2 impend the Overlord just to start ramping, and as I said, 1 Tatty over. Mana base, 15 forests, 1 island, 4 breeding pools and hedge mazes. The only non-forest is the island, so the Flash and Blooming is going to get really big. We're only playing 2 Land and White Elves because we are land ramp, because we want as many lands as possible for the Worldsire. So this is a surprisingly powerful deck. It is a slow deck. If your opponent just aggroes you out, you're going to lose unless you get a bit lucky by having a pretty large Bloomkin to block and close encounter. But once you get into the mid game, because we're ramping so hard, you get down a Godmaw, you can buff your entire board, draw loads of cards with Garruk, maybe with Tatty over, and because Sami's Curiosity gains you life, you get a couple of those, and you can hold your own against aggro as well. And Friends of Baloth having haste, you can suddenly smash in for 3 or 6 if you're coupling your hand at once. I really like it, really powerful. I don't think mono green's going to be competitive or anything, but it is quite fun getting up to these huge creatures and just smashing. You can definitely play Lumbering World Wagon. There's a card from Duskmourn that when it has survival and you basically get a land, you find the next land in your library and put it into your hand, the guaranteed you hit your land drop, so you could play Avendo, the green planet, to help tap that. But I like this. I said all you could do is take out Tally over and just go completely mono green, even though I do like the Surveil from Hedge Mazes. Because we are not a fast deck, even though we have a few 1-drops, we're not that bothered about getting something down on turn 1. So playing these out, and as I said, we can fetch them with the Flourish and Bloomkin as well later on, or with the Famished Worldsire. We don't have to sacrifice all the lands with the Worldsire. We can sacrifice 4 and have it come down as a 12-12. Look at the top 12 of the library and get 4 lands back. If we don't want to, if we're not going to win that turn, we just have to be careful about running out of land. So that's the deck. I really like it. Hope you will like it too. Mono green maybe making a bit of a comeback. Shame this is. I think this should be rare, not mythic, because it's got no evasion. That I think really holds it back because we chumped for days. But anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to all my patrons, Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support. Please leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Our opponent goes first. I think this is an okay hand though. We'll just get down our breeding pool. Up against Is It. I'm not that bothered about getting the Bloomkin down at the moment. Well, we do need lands, so may as well. Think twice. I'm worried if they have counter spells. Well, we will impend. Do you have another thing twice? Do you have a counter spell? Well, you haven't used a counter spell if you have it. but there's definite stick. Yeah, another think twice. We could Bloomkin and Garruk's Uprising to draw. Seeing as that'll be a 5/5. Now we need to start drawing some of our endgame. Well, let us get out the Bloomkin. I'm sure they have another thing. Maybe they have a bounce. Be hard for red to do 5 at instant speed. Oh, there's another Overlord. Yeah, there's flashback, I think, twice. I think they're going to have like an Aetherize or something. But what are they doing? See, we'll draw more with Garruk's Uprising. Yeah. Well, there's another Garruk's Uprising. So how much we have? We have 6. Oh, let's just Bloomkin again. We are taking some damage, but we're also drawing a lot of cards. There is a Tatyova. No, it's just an opponent, so it's not symmetrical. Think twice in. I think if we bounce our Bloomkin again, we just get more value out of it. We'll cast Tatyova next turn, get a forest down. Won't draw from Garruk's Uprising because it's only a 3/3. Well, let's attack in and see what happens. Anyway, take 6. And we gain a life and draw. We just don't need that anymore. $18 cards in. We've not seen any of our top curve. But we're about to have quite a lot of Overlords on the battlefield. If that's all they do, fine. And then I think twice. Oh, Telera and Terror. Oh, we do have a lot of lands. We have even more lands now. Let's get down a Scountlander. Let's sack a lander token to get 2 more. Sure, let's station this. I must be pretty confident not blocking at all. Because we're going to have a 3-3 next turn. They are going for it. Come on, big draw. Obviously, our Overlord does have trample. That's a bit annoying. Come on, where are our big creatures? That's what we want. So next turn, we should be good. But we are going to take 2. One more draw. Sammy's Curiosity gets a lander token and basically nullifies the 2 damage. And I think we hold back. I don't think we need the 3 in the air. We will discard Scountlander. And next turn, we Godmaw, which can give itself haste. We have seen a lot of lands. Yeah, over half. Just tap out. That's all you need to do. Don't hold up an Aetherize if you have one. Well, now they can't cast Aetherize. They like those Scalding Vipers, but that should be it. We do go down to 5. We draw more cards. Well, there's Godsires. And now our board is very chunky. We've got a couple more lands. Buff our board even more. And yes, up to infinity. Our opponent does go first. But I think we can keep this. We probably just Sammy's Curiosity twice. Or maybe not. Yeah, that's not surprising. Yeah, we can't get another land for now, but we can get one next turn. Tersa. What are they chucking away? The Meringue River Regent. Only one. Well, let's get down Llanowar Elves. And we will fetch a land. They are going digging with their River Regent. I imagine they have some reanimation shenanigans. Holiday discard. Counting their lands. You've got 4 of them. Just the swamp. We'll take another 3. No blocks. Do we play the Bloomkin face up or down? Let's try it down. And then we will surveil. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got, yeah, we don't need that. And we will fetch another land, and next turn we will just face turn the Bloomkin turn up, assuming it's not dead. Obviously, we know what it is. Come on. Figure it out. Why didn't you attack first? Should have played the breeding pool. What have they got? They have more cards in hand than we do. Let's hold off, because they've probably just got a handful of removal. Or, well, we know they have Meringue River Region. We've seen one in the graveyard and one's gone back into the library. Are they going to make their next spell uncounterable? No. This can't be countered, but obviously it can be killed. What removal do you have? So we know that we have the Worldsire in hand. We will happily just carry on attacking them down. I mean, you've got 5 cards in hand. You probably should do something with them. Well, seeing as we have another one, the problem is we don't want to spend all our put all our lands into play. We don't have to sack everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it selects them automatically. We'll keep a tally over. Now, imagine I have another cover up. The fact they're in their graveyard suggests they do. Come on. Yep, there we go. And they name Famished Worldsire. Oh, we're going to shuffle away, tally over, and get a bloody land. That's very annoying. Yeah. They are getting in with their creature land. I mean, we have the 7-drop, which can give itself haste. And it does have trample. We just need to draw it. We haven't seen any yet. No. Oh, there's a Bloomkin. Let's ward it. And then we can turn it over straight away. Oh, goodbye, Larval Scountlander. What are you going to do? They know what it is. And they're keeping their creature land back on defense. But I'm guessing they do have removal as well. You do or you don't. Going to play tapped. Frenzied Bailoff. We're holding a lander for when we find the 7-drop. The creature land's gonna get killed. Garrick's Uprising would be good as well. because that would give Bloomkin trample. Does that mean they have another counter spell? We are not drawing well. But by the looks of it, neither are they. We're halfway through our deck. We've not seen any of the 7 drops. I don't think we've seen any... we've seen 1 Garruk's Uprising. Well, we will just fetch a land then. Well, we will turn it face down, hoping it doesn't get countered. See, we can pay for the Dispel and Exhale. Three, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7. That costs 5 and 2 for close encounter. Let's do it now. While we think they're tapped out. Oh, did they have another Despair and Exhale? Oh, they do! Things they can't really attack. Goodbye, Larval Scountlander. Yeah, you can't attack. We're not drawing the cards we want. My worry is if they draw another deadly cover up. Or 2 removal spells in a row. So if they draw a removal spell, they take out the Bloomkin. And yeah, whoo, we got there. Well, our opponent goes first. And we do have a tap land. Okay. Always good fun. You have a choice of 2. I'm not sure why this is taking so long. Take Sammy's Curiosity. Wow, okay. Let's see if it survives. If it does, we can Overlord. Profs. Well, we have the combo. We just need lots of land now. Obviously, we can get some with Sammy's Curiosity. And we can Surveil with the Hedge Maze. Do you want to do something? Don't think we need another one of those for now. Let's play out the curiosity. And we can fetch a land. So they're an enchantment deck. So we will just fetch a land. Do the same thing again. I wonder if they have an Aetherize. But next turn we can get down the Godmaw, and hopefully the turn after that, yeah, we can get down the Worldsire. Obviously they have a handful of removal. Well, that's a bit annoying. Fetch a forest. Sometimes magic's great. Obviously, we will need an untapped land and them not to have removal. They do only have one black, which I think they're about to just blow up. Maybe our Godmaw with. Well, I'm sacking that. Come on, untap land. That's not an untap land. At least now our creatures can't be countered. And this can't be countered either. I think they have a bounce spell. We'll get a forest. We'll hit in for 11. And hopefully next turn we can do the thing. If I have another momentum breaker, we'll sack the Bale off. But what do they have? They're looking at their mana. They have got mana for Aetherize, which is what worries me. So you don't have mana for Aetherize now. They're just drawing and discarding. What Curse Rakshasa in the bin? Well, we should see. They could have removal, and it looks like they do. Come on, don't. Don't do that. Well, we found another Godmaw, but let's sack a lot of lands. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, they were already selected. They all enter tapped. Well, now it does have ward 2, 3, but they do have 5 mana, and obviously most things are 2. Maybe should have binned the Tatty over for a land. We're down to 8. Well, I think we get out the Tatty over. There's a chance we don't have a huge amount of lands left. There you go, recycling. And they scoop. I'm not sure why they can't attack, but they can block the Worldsire and go up to 16 and then down to 10 with the Fear of Infinity. You know, all we have to do is find removal, because we are taking 2 a turn basically. So yeah, it was a bit of an odd choice, I think.